All right. All right, Steam controllers here. Updating the Steam Deck just in case something is necessary. Retail bundle contains model number 1011 and 1012. Serial numbers. All right. Read the enclosed health, blah, blah, blah. Right. Oh. Pop it open. All right. Right. Pretty normal kind of container for Steam stuffs. Obviously, we got the controller here. You know, I thought it was going to be. It felt like the pictures were bigger. You know, I saw a picture comparing it to a Stadia controller, and it was a little bit smaller, and this makes more sense. This isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. I can deal with that. Joysticks are, I think, a good distance for me. Trackpads are a little different, but oh, this might be just right for my size hands. I'm really curious how it's gonna be for my wife's hands. Oh, little dongle. Everything's smaller than I thought it was gonna be. Right? And just packaging underneath here. Alright. Lots of USB A to C cable. Some kind of rubbery cable. Not super thick, so it's not going to be good. I mean, it's not going to be PD one way or the other because it's an A to C cable. So that actually means I'll need to use a different cable if I want to dongle it, use the dongle with my Steam Deck, which I think I can deal with. Alright, yeah. Demonstrating the dongle usage. Really shiny paper stock on this. 5 volts at about 1 amp. Alright. Always good to have numbers like that. Safety instructions that will produce later. That's it for the box. Alright, so in theory, I should be able to dongle it up with my Steam Deck, but there's no USB-A port on it. Do I have a C to C somewhere around here? I do. There we go. I should be able to just wirelessly pair it, but now I'm curious, so plug in this C here, then plug this into the dongle. Yeah, charging light right up. Alright, so it's already so I plugged it in, and you can see in the Steam Deck on the System tab, it is prompting for an update for the puck. So I'm actually going to go ahead and disconnect it. I would presume this will work on any Steam device, but now we're updating the puck. Puck, 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 puck. Puck, 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 puck. presumably once the puck's updated. Right, if you unplug your puck, if you unplugged your puck to update your controller, make sure to plug it back in. Well, I'm going to unplug it anyway. Plug it back in. So I'm not sure if this does any wired communication or if this is just for charging. The light's on, but no one's home. Let's try hitting the Steam button. And Steam controller wants to install an important firmware update. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to prop up the Steam Deck to minimize the glare. Alright, so it wants us to not use the puck. Oh, nothing happened when I pulled it off, so I'm presuming this was already wirelessly communicating. But let's do C to C. There's a C port on the top of the controller. Plug that in. Oh, boo-doo-doo. Plug your Steam controller into your Steam Deck with a USB-C. Alright, well I unplugged it and plugged it back in. Controller connected, Steam controller. Alright, I'm going to hit A. Nothing's happened there. I'm going to hit B. Alright, well it's already controlling the interface. Well, alright, nothing's happened here. So I'll go down to the controller section here. Gonna hit add controller. It says to add a Steam controller, connect a Steam controller puck via USB and turn on the controller. So, alright, plug in the puck, turn it on. Before you get in game, a couple important things to know. The Steam controller puck is a transmitter connecting your controller to your Steam Deck and is also a charging station for your controller. Alright, good to know. So it says it's got my Steam controller listed here, connected by the puck. Oh, it can rename it. That's kind of cool. Oh, I picked the right one. Steam controller, connection by puck. Identify controller. Oh, it makes it ring. That's fun. You turn the rumble and the haptics on enough. Nintendo button layout. Universal glyphs. Pairing info. Steam controller has 2 wireless pairing slots. Enable pairing with up to 2 pucks or Steam machines. To switch between slots, hold both buttons for that slot while turning on the controller. So AR1 is for the puck and AL1 is for other. It's got a signal strength meter. That's kind of cool. You can forget the pairings. We'll figure out how to pair with this without the puck. But first, let's do an input device test. Pull the left trigger. Pull the right trigger. Finger across the whole surface. Looks good. And I feel pressure response. That's good. I saw a couple people posting saying that they were having trouble with some of the areas on some of the track pads. I've noticed something like that with my right on this one after I did the case swap. So I would assume that the obvious area here where there's not complete connection might be interfering with the touchpad, and it might be a similar kind of a gluing problem with this. But now it wants me to move the left joystick in a circle, right joystick in a circle, press all remaining buttons. shoulders and all 4 back buttons. Press A when haptics buzz. Haptics buzz, test complete. Yeah. Seems like it's fully working. And there's an additional meter on the taskbar up here showing the battery level of the controller. So let's see what we can do with that whole pairing thing. So A plus L1. So let's assume holding the controller. Alright, it turned off. Let's see if we can connect. Alright, so that primary slide does indeed seem to be only for the puck. Unless there's a Bluetooth mode. Let's have a look at that. Let's see if there's... I mean, this book said it was just safety information. Let's see if there's anything about Bluetooth. Nope, straight to French. Alright, add a controller. Let's see here. I'm just going to check Google real quick to see what our options are for Steam controller. Like, is it just that second slot? Alright, so B, we hold B and we press the pairing button. Supposedly to available to pair. I gotta make sure the internet's not feeding me information about the old Steam controller, because that seems to be what's happening with it. I actually really hope they sell us more dongles. I will get more of these pucks. Actually, I'm curious now. I assume this works. We just plug this straight in via USB-C. I mean, yeah, we know that it was connected just by USB. So, all right, if you want USB, there's nothing fancy to it. All right, but the Bluetooth. Let's see if we can get it working over Bluetooth. It's 2026. Let's put that in the search. Oh, interesting. All right. So the answer may have been here all along. So let's just put that on there. I'm going to double check what's being said. Details. Alright, so when boot up, holding A, R1 is the puck, L1 is a second puck. And according to this, no, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so let's power her down. So I'm seeing a claim that holding B and R1. Oh, look at that. The color came on blue. Alright, so holding B, R1 is the way to go with that. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. Connected over Bluetooth. Looks like largely the same options. It's even got the pairing information. So hold AR1 for the puck and BR1 for Bluetooth. Now, I gotta say, I'm probably going to use the little Bluetooth puck a lot. I think a little C2C dongle, just pop it right on top of the Steam Deck. I mean, optimally, it would live near the media center where I have the dock for this, and then this would just be plugged into the dock and ran somewhere so that I can connect on up and charge it. But that's fine. The default charge looks like it was about, does it actually say the battery level? It's just like the little green bar. I don't see detailed. Let's check the power tab. System, nope, no information about that. Alright, well, let's switch it back to regular mode. Oh, fun. Oh, you hold, okay, there's a turn off controller option. So when you hold the Steam button on this, it actually brings up a menu just for the controller. That's cool. Let's bring that Dogly Boy back in. AR1. Turn on. And it's already connected. Alright. Alright. Fire up Planet Crafters, something that's got joysticks. See how this controls. See, these aren't. Oh, the game's starting. A lot of stuff just pauses when games start. Could have picked a faster loading game, I suppose. Oh, there it goes. As usual, the D-pad does not work right in this game. Load. I'm not paying attention to the chat in much detail because it's over here to my side. But I saw your messages, Joe and Nikki. Right, steering seems okay. Let's see. What's the sensitivity here? There's a bit of a dead zone. Maybe a little less than that. Like if I can move the joystick a couple degrees without moving, it bugs me. Let's have a look at the controller settings. Usually we can adjust the dead zones. in here. Okay. Steam controller, puck, calibration. And you see, they don't have as much faith in their joysticks as I do. Though my Steam Deck has the same kind of joysticks in this one, the TMSR or TSMR. Tunnel something magneto resistance. Fancy. Alright. It seems like it pops back to center just fine. Alright. So let's see now. I should have like crit. Yeah, there's still a bit of a dead zone, but you know what? I can deal with it. None of the buttons are bound, of course. How do we jump? Oh, there we go. Oop. Seems okay. Well, this doesn't have much in the way of shooting, and the D-pad never works right in it, so this is actually a terrible choice to test this with. Let's try something. Something that requires a little more reflexes. I don't usually even play this one except on a mouse and keyboard, but it might be good for at least seeing how it goes. So it looks like it's setting up the same Steam X for the on-screen keyboard. There it is. Let's do the regular, not go too crazy.
I can't fit a grenade launcher in my bag.
Okay. It keeps returning the I don't like that. Well, I mean, I'm hitting targets. I'm really definitively not as effective as I am with a mouse and keyboard, but not terrible. Like this is all thing. So I gotta stop. Gotta hit the button right when it's at that center bit. I can do this pretty reliably on keyboard, but I don't know if this is a input delay problem. It doesn't feel like there's a ton of lag. Right, I have to hit E on the arrow while moving the joystick. Anyway, gotta. Okay, let's switch to the weapon. Need the access code. Bathroom.
Oh yeah.
53 health. I'm not doing great. Here is. Oh, there's the key card. Duh. It's on the arcade machine.
Deserves another.
I mean, I'm surviving on the normalist difficulty mode. I don't know anything's going to top a mouse and keyboard for this kind of game. But I don't feel like it's got something terribly wrong with it that's making me do worse than I would with another controller. And maybe if I just remembered to reload my gun. Seems like there's a bit of auto aim on the gun. Which, at least I'm not dead. All of them died. Yeah, if I got better at it with a controller, that might be worth something. But yeah, Joe, I think you're right. Practice with it definitely would yield better results. But I have a mouse and keyboard, so. Yeah, you know what, let's check how Vampire Crawlers goes. This is at least a good idea of the latency. I'm not feeling much of any latency. I have to run some kind of test about like trying to check the something here on the screen when the buttons get pushed. Here, let's just hit heads in here. Oh, I should have done the Celestial listing first. Yeah, Joe, you can either hook it up by USB or if you I've got some a Bluetooth. I usually use a trackball when I'm on the Steam Deck if I'm using anything at all. But yeah, you can use a mouse and keyboard on the Steam Deck, same as any PC. Usually got to hook up a USB hub or something that just goes into one USB-C port because all it's got is the one USB-C port at the top. Free to play. Then. Alright, so responsiveness feels good. Ooh, actually, you know what I really want to try it with? I'm not sure how this will work. I installed the FreeSpace 2 open source engine on here a while ago, and I have a setup for working with all this. Ooh, yeah, actually. I'll get to the free spaces and the descents, but let's check how Jazz Jackrabbit runs. The problem with having this plugged in like this, can't charge the Steam Deck unless I get a hub going on. Alright, Jazz Jackrabbit's being Jazz 2. Let's see how that runs. Oh, come on. Thought I had gotten all that set up properly. Alright. No sauce. That's the FreeSpace launcher. Oh, I can at least charge the controller, I think. So charge from USB. Yep. Turn on a little charging icon there. Alright. It looks like it is updating No sauce. Oh, yeah, it's the first time using the trackpad as a mouse input. Feels pretty good. You know what I really want to know is, you know, I always have trouble on the using this to try to type. Oh, you know it's better now. Just it would yeah, I know, it's alright. It would always wiggle a little bit before we would actually do the click, and made it really difficult for me to click on anything. Alright, that is all done. Alright, all done. Space demo. Alright, let's see if this works. Alright, so I went through a lot of work to get a controller config that works. But to get for the Steam Deck on this.
Welcome to module TSM.
And none of the turning's working.
Don't touch the controls until you are told
Oh,
to do
looks
so.
like
You
the
will
controls
fail this
may have
section if
largely
you do
made it
not
over here.
follow
Right?
instructions carefully. Let's begin with messaging. For Class A
Yeah, looks like the
qualification,
config I
you'll
came
learn
up
how to
with
call
for
in a support ship
this
to
is
rearm and
reattached
repair
onto
some
this.
systems. Now, we'll show you how to give orders to pilots under your command. Our target for this simulation will be an Argo class transport. Target the transport. Good. Now you'll call in your reinforcements. That's the communications team. Bring up the
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble, blow it up. Well done, pilot. That's not right. Yeah.
Transport 2. Do you remember your previous instruction? If not, consult the directions. Less effective against larger targets. Bombers or vessels with beam turrets are usually better to destroy warships larger than cruiser class. Also note that reinforcements are not always available, and you will have authorization to issue orders only to specific wings and ships. Now, let's order Epsilon Wing to depart. Press the communications key to bring up the messaging window. Select 2 for Wing and 1 for Epsilon. Finally, press 0 for depart.
C 4 1.
Well done. Confirm that you still have the transport targeted.
Epsilon depart. This is the only part I haven't really.
We're on our way. Please stand by.
It's the only part that I really. Command all fighters
Yes, sir. I'm out
depart.
of here.
The command menu is so complex, really can't.
Excellent work. As you gain experience in combat, using the communications interface will become second nature. All right, pilot. Now it's time to learn about countermeasures.
Alright, I mean, that works. That's, didn't give me great opportunities to get right into some combat. But you know what it usually does? It's descent. How do I exit this program? Alright, let's use the exit. Great. D2X, play. Can't find the data. Man, I just did not get anything set up, did I? Alright, what's it called? think it's like hard something. Overload, that's what I'm thinking of. Game from the people who made Descent. Here we go. Why play old game when new game do good? I was real happy this game came out. That the Kickstarter to reboot Descent happened. The engine releases looked really cool, and then they just disappeared. All right. Yeah, rookie. That's what I am. Let's just do a quick challenge while this is getting in the way. Destroy as many targets as possible. Well, I'm not moving. Not moving with these controls either, so I probably need to change it to alright, that changed it to the other one. Let's oh. Alright, I'm on it. Let's see here, controller settings. What's the controller button? Gamepad. Yeah, it's set to a gamepad by default. But nothing's firing. That's firing. Alright, so there must be something somewhere. They're changing. Use mouse. Off. See if that makes a difference. Doesn't work. Let me Google this real quick. I thought overload would be right away. Alright. Go to controller. Joystick gamepad options. Remap controller. Clear all. Default. Back. Oh, there we go. This needs to be a little brighter. Alright. No, control feels good. Descent was always a game where the twitchy mouse didn't do a lot for you because the turn rate of your ship was always capped. Can I switch? Isopod, Hunter, Creeper. Ah, there's a guy. Flak. Crush. Ooh, Crushinator. Can I send somebody? Always invisible. Oh, I bleed up. Alright, one more time. I mean, I'm not feeling... I in no way feel like the controller is holding me back. Driller, huh? Where you at, buddy? Impulse. Alright, so that's the laser type weapon. That was a different ship, okay. I haven't played this near as much as I should have. Maybe that'll change now. I'll use this, play this on the TV. I did try playing this in VR, but yeah, that's when I knew I'm not cut out to be a fighter pilot. That's good fun. Cyclone. Oh, really nice. Oh, it gets faster, okay. What if there's a mod to bring Descent music into this game? Using there aren't many soundtracks that go as hard as Descent did back in the day. Alright, so I think I got some missiles. Oh, okay, so that's missiles. Alright. Falcon. Alright, so pretty fast dumbfire missile. Missile pod. Okay, kind of a Stinger missile. Hunter, so it's a homing missile. Creepers that goes after them, right? Super auto DP, auto op. Doing a lot better than it was the first time, you know, being able to move and steer and fire. I'm gonna bet that actually makes a difference. Don't quote me on that, I'm not an expert. Ooh, this guy's got like some chainsaws. Fire some missiles with that. Looks like these hunters have. Oh, hunter. Yeah, the hunter's the homing missile. Hunter plus plus upgrade award. I don't know what that means. You know, I got really used to manually controlling how I would rotate to keep myself with some kind of consistent frame of reference as to up and down back in the Descent days. And I genuinely don't know if there's good auto leveling in this game, or if just those correcting instincts are playing out right now. Still at 100 health, but how am I getting that? How am I doing? Switch up the green weapon again. So many missiles. So gotta remember to keep picking up these fields. Alright, working good. Dead zones aren't a problem, even with me cranking them all the way down. I'm not feeling like I'm being held back on my precision by the accuracy of the joysticks. I mean, other than them just being joysticks, honestly. Mouse is always going to be just a little bit more accurate. Oh, that was a power up. It's a guy who's retreating. Yeah, you know, it's definitely got auto leveling because it was mucking me up there for a second. Let's pick up some of the shields. Oh, there it went. I don't know why I wasn't picking up any of those shields. It felt like I was trying to turn towards them, and then the auto level was turning me, which was mucking up my turn. That's why I always turned off auto level back in the old Descent. So, oh, still, yeah, controller works good. I heard some people say they felt like the plastic felt cheap. I don't know about that. Feels nice and strong to me. It's light-ish. A little lighter than the original Steam controller. I think it's just the matte feeling of it. It's not like it is on the Steam Deck. And I think it really comes down to like the sound and the feel of it. I guess I could see how people might interpret that to like feel cheap, but it feels like a durable, strong project to me. So, well, there you go. It works. Who knew? Thanks for watching, Joe and Nikki. I appreciate the viewership. I should have those. More stuff happened with the lightsaber, and I ended up discovering that the speaker's not working right, and the yeah, there's a couple more parts coming in. I suspect there'll be more parts coming in after that, because he's got to order some stuff before he can like do a proper replacement. And he sent me something he thinks might be a fix, but I don't have the faith he does. So we'll see how that goes. At a minimum, I've got enough parts and a scalpel, so I can make it all work if I want to, but I'd rather have what I paid for. Alright, that's it.